About this new luggage system that, well, not luggage system, I guess, the tags. British Airways came up with these electronic tags. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to read about it so you can decide if this is something. I mean, how do you see it? Now, British Airways, you know, British Airways is a airline company for a long time. They've always, their commercials are all about like class and high class stuff. And British Airways, according to a report by The Verge, British Airways will introduce reusable luggage tags with Kindle-like e-paper displays next year. After checking in online, passengers will be able to use the BA app to British Airways app to create a luggage tag for their journey. The app isn't available to the public yet, but it currently utilizes NFC to beam the necessary data down to the tag and update its e-paper display. At launch, the tags are unlikely to use NFC, obviously, but as British Airways wants to make them compatible with all smartphones. Now, the tags, which were first noticed by a company called Engadget, were developed in tandem with consultancy firm DesignWorks. But the design hasn't been finalized yet. Now, British Airways is handing out the tags to employees for a 3-month trial starting next month. And after the test period, the company will finalize the design, likely switching the NFC tech for something more standard like Bluetooth or something like that, you know, a little longer range than NFC, before launching the bag tags at some point in 2014. Now, British Airways PR manager Michael Johnson tells The Verge that the company chose this system as it's easy to integrate into existing airport infrastructures. Other companies such as Airbus and places like that are experimenting with high-tech baggage trackers with built-in GPS and mobile connectivity. But Johnson says British Airways didn't see the benefit of such tags, given that GPS and mobile devices have to be switched off in transit. During the flight, they'd have to be switched off. Instead, British Airways is focused on reducing the time spent at airports. It estimates passengers will be able to drop their bags off in just 35 seconds using the new tag. Now, we're going to show you a picture of this tag here, but right away, you can see all kinds of problems happen. And I know that's why they're beta testing this thing with their employees. But right away, I can see, I mean, this is a good thing. I'm not going to just knock it and say it's a bad thing. It's a good thing because anything that helps me to get through the airport quicker is a good thing. I mean, having those baggage tags on there, you know, and then, you know, people reading it and making sure it goes to the right destination and stuff like that, you know, is a good thing. But, you know, with the baggage tags, to me, the benefit to having baggage tags is that when those tags are on, yeah, they can get ripped, but generally they don't. When those tags are on, you know, people can always read what's going on. I mean, how durable are these new electronic tags going to be? I mean, this is a picture of it right here. How durable are they going to be? And they have a barcode right here, but this barcode is the e-ink screen that you're looking at, and it will have like the name, weight, you know, all the information you need right in here. So when this is scanned, or the checkout person can beam that information into the tag via Bluetooth, all the like where it's going and all that stuff, like your name, your address, phone number will be on the tag, but where the bag is going, as the checkout person puts that in his computer, it will beam it right into the tag. You know, but I mean, Bluetooth isn't always reliable. You know, what happens if, you know, the tag just can't, you know, it loses the information, or what happens if the screen, you know, the screen goes down, you know, the lines don't, you know, work, it's hard to scan. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I think a lot of different problems this thing brings up, that the baggage tag itself really is a little bit more efficient. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to press on with technology. I think something like this is a good thing if it can work properly. And hopefully British Airways is willing to invest the time and the money into really perfecting this thing, because if they can do that, when you get to the counter and, you know, once they scan in and check your ticket, to be able to just scan that information along with your name and everything right into the baggage tag without having to write it up. You don't have to waste time writing up 100 tags pre-flight, writing up 100 tags. You can just go ahead and just put the electronic tag in, and when you get to the counter, all that information will just be beamed into the tag immediately. Definitely can speed up passenger throughput. Definitely can speed that up. Definitely can be more efficient. You know, when a bag passes a certain checkpoint, the baggage tag can scan it to make sure that it's still en route. You know, you can obviously track your bag better in terms of if you're looking for your luggage when you land. With this thing, because it's linked to the airport system, they would be able to track it that way. Well, this bag was checked in, you know, at this time and stuff like that. It won't have a GPS location on it because those things have to be turned off during flights. But the mere fact that this tag is scanned into the computer and has its own barcode or its own tag number, shows that as it scans itself into various checkpoints, just like a UPS package or a FedEx package, the package itself doesn't have GPS on it, but what it has is a barcode that gets scanned into each location it lands at. So that's how you can tell it's in Kansas, it's here, so you know how close it is to you. And that's a good way of tracking your baggage, rather than the airport just saying, well, yeah, your baggage got on, but we don't know where it is, or it's lost. You know, this tag is a good way of reducing, I think, airplane baggage loss and stuff like that. My only concern is making sure that they come up with, you know, make sure that they invest enough technology in it to where things like the screen being broken, you know, if that's broken, how can it be scanned in? You make sure the Bluetooth connectivity, I mean, in airports, there's a lot of interference going on in airports, so making sure that the right information is beamed in, you know, and stuff like that, just little concerns like that, making sure those kinks are worked out. And I think that's why British Airways is doing this 3-month trial with their employees before they release this out to the mass market. I think this definitely could be a good thing, you know, definitely a good thing. Now, we're talking, speaking of a good thing, Google Earth 7.1. Google Earth 7.1 is coming out, and it enables street views on Android and iOS. If you're someone that likes to use Google Earth, you know, going around the planet and trying to see, you know, houses and street views, you know, I mean, I used Google Earth, you know, went to Australia, you know, went down into a street view right to a guy's house, you know, and you see how the houses look in Australia, lots of land, you know, stuff like that, you know, I mean, so hey, I use Google Street View a lot to go down streets. Also, I use it to, there's this network called Twit. I went to Petaluma, California. Street View was able, and because the Twit network is on Google, not only was I able to walk down the street right to the doors, but I could actually go inside. You know, go inside the Twit studio, walk around. You're greeted with the counter and stuff like that. So I think this Google Earth is definitely a good thing. And the 7.1, Google Earth 7.1, brings Street View to Android and iOS. So not just your computer anymore. Now on your phones, on your tablets, if you use Android or the mobile iOS, if you're in the mood for some, you know, up close and personal action with the streets around you on your mobile phone or halfway around the world this week, you're in luck, because Google has updated Google Earth and the app iteration for both iOS and Android, bringing Street View to your smartphones, to your tablets, and all mobile devices. The app will bring the said update to 100 countries, along with new 3D looks at cities like Chicago and places like that. Now, what you're seeing, what you will see when I show you a picture of this, you'll see like the iPad version of Chicago from a 3D perspective. That's what, you know, I'm going to show you a picture here of this new Google Earth 7.1, and that's not only the city that has said abilities. The update to Google Earth brings on additional connections to information from Wikipedia, immersive experiences with panorama photos. The set of updates comes just a few weeks after they were issued to the web during the Google Developers Conference, Google I/O, that happened in 2013. And it also has, the 7.1 has Leap Motion integration, so you're going to be able to use your hands to, it's built to work with Leap Motion. And Leap Motion, incidentally, has sent out emails to everybody who has gotten on that early adopter bandwagon, like myself, early adopter bandwagon. They too had delays, but they sent out emails saying to confirm your address so that they will start shipping next month coming up. So just to add that in there with the Leap Motion. But Google Earth product manager, he spoke and he gave this release. He says, have you ever wanted to take a tour of Stonehenge or retrace the steps of Christopher Columbus? With the addition of the Street View to Google Earth for mobile devices, you can explore many cities from street level right on your mobile device. And with the new streamlined interface, a simple click of the Earth logo in the top left will give you a quick access to more information through layers like panorama photos, Wikipedia, and just in case you decide to visit these places yourself, this will be available for you. And Google Earth's improved directions enable you to visualize step-by-step transit, walking, biking directions in full 3D. Now this update is available immediately for the iOS and Android devices through their respective official app providers, app stores like the Google App Store or the Apple iTunes Store. It's available right away, and Google devices will be able to work with this app just so long as they've got the version of Android from the past several years, while essentially any iOS device, just so long as they're working with iOS 4.3 or later, will be able to use Google Earth. Now, we're coming up on a break, and we're going to talk about the advantages of this new update to mobile devices when it comes to Google I/O. But also, after the break, if you're someone that likes the Bureau XCOM declassified, remember we showed you that trailer a while back? Well, we have another trailer to show you about that particular shooter coming up from VentureBeat right after this. So just stay tuned right there to Tech Pulse. There's more tech news coming up, talking about Google's new 7.1 Google Earth right after the break. So just stay tuned. Last segment.